Good evening and welcome to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show on Bay County TV. Jeff Dodd and Mike Wasdala along with you, and we're going to have a fun one tonight, the All Saints girls and the Peck Pirates.
Yeah, Jeff, this is a big game for the conference, and Peck's got some size. We were watching them warm up during the JV game. They got some size, they got some good players, and you know, it's a typical Peck type team. Big kids down over there in Peck, and All Saints, I think, is going to rise up to the challenge.
Well, Peck has got a high-low game, and we're going to talk to Coach Debo in a few minutes to find out his thoughts on the game. But we know they can shoot from the outside, and they've got a big post player that'll be their two key cogs.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to probably go inside out, Jeff, when they're playing on the offensive end of the floor. So, you know, that's going to be a good challenge for the Cougars. They're a little bit short-handed tonight, but, you know, Coach Debo will have his Cougars ready for the Peck Pirates tonight.
I think key to the ball game is taking care of the basketball.
Yeah, taking care of the basketball, keep the turnovers under double digits tonight, Jeff. Get to the free throw line, make those free throws, take care of the basketball is going to be really huge tonight for the All Saints Cougars.
And I think this is a huge game in the conference. These are two teams that most people expect are going to be there at the end fighting for the conference championship. When you're on your home floor, you got to cover your ground.
Yeah, you got to protect your home floor, Jeff. You got a big game on your own floor. It's a Friday night, a lot of nice people coming out. Crowd's going to be big. This is going to be a big game for the Cougars and a good opportunity for them to show what they can do against a pretty good basketball team. They've played 3 games lately. They're 2-1, so this is a big game.
Well, they had a tough preseason schedule. They're making it happen right now. And we're going to talk to Coach Debo in a few minutes, but you have a little history with him.
I really do. You know, he was my very first JV coach, Jeff. We go back a long ways. Right here in this gym. We started here in this gym, and what was then the St. Hyacinth's gym. And, you know, I liked him as a JV coach because he was a really good teacher, and that's what I wanted from my assistants at the lower levels. Got them ready so when they came up to the varsity level, I didn't have to spend a lot of time teaching. They knew what to expect when they got to the varsity level. He did a great job for me.
Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll be back in just a minute as we'll talk to the coach as our pregame show, our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show continues right here on Bay County TV.
Where did this rash come from?
Hold on, let me see. Could be bed bugs.
Oh. Mom, Grant says I have bed bugs.
Let's see what the doctor says.
Introducing Covenant Virtual Care. Real-time video doctor visits, e-prescriptions, and follow-up. Now extraordinary care comes to you.
See, it's just poison ivy. Smart advanced.
Learn more at covenantvirtualcare.com.
Good evening and welcome back to our Covenant Healthcare sponsored pregame show here on BCTV. Jeff Dodd, Mike Wasdala, and the coach himself, Mike Debo. Coach, welcome.
Well, thank you. Thank you for you guys being here, and thank you for doing this. This is so good for our community and for the kids to see this, so we really appreciate you being here.
Well, we're going to start with a flashback because you go quite a ways back with this gentleman here, and that says that you're both ever youthful.
Well, you know, it does bring back memories. We don't have enough time to talk about all the memories, but there's so many memories being with this guy and what I learned, what he taught me, and it's just fun to be back on the bench myself and doing this again. So it's been fun.
You know, Jeff, Mike was my very first assistant, my JV coach, and we did have a lot of good memories. And, you know, I appreciate the compliments. And I learned a lot from Mike, too, in the process. He was a really good JV coach. He taught a lot of good things and got my guys ready for the varsity level. So I really appreciated that from him.
As you look at this team right now, first off, it's exciting to say we're playing a conference basketball game tonight.
It is. You know, we're real excited to join the conference. It's expanded the number of games that we had in our conference. And, you know, it's obviously it's important for the kids. You know, not only what happened this year in football and for all the sports. It's nice to see us start building some new rivalries. So we're looking forward to it.
Coach, you had a real tough schedule pre-conference. You had Tawas and Dryden and some really good teams. You know, you and I have been through this before. Get the good teams on the schedule. That's going to get you ready for that March run.
This goes back years ago when we weren't in a conference. We always played a lot of quality teams, and it's about getting ready for the tournament come end of February, March. This year we did. I felt like, I played the Tom Izzo schedule, but we were excited to play some of the schools, as Coach mentioned, Tawas with Morgan, the great player, known her, Beaverton, Kingston. So we were, a lot of big challenges, and hopefully we learned. So now we're into some conference games. Hopefully it starts showing up, and tonight's a big one for us.
Well, I was just going to say, tonight's not just another conference game. You're two of the leaders in the conference to win that conference championship, so defending your home court is of the utmost importance.
Oh, it is. Yeah, we've talked about that a lot, early in the season, and, you got to take care of your home court in a conference, and tonight's that opportunity. As you mentioned, they're 2-0, we're 2-0, so it's a big game for us tonight, and there's no question about it. They told the girls it's not a do or die, but it's a big one, and it's important, so hopefully we play hard and we be successful tonight.
Coach, what do you got to do tonight, your girls, to beat the Peck Pirates on your home floor? And we talked before the game, a big game early in the season. What do you have to do to beat this team?
Well, it all starts on the defensive end, and we've talked about that. Defense wins. So we've scouted them. We know that they got number 11. She can shoot threes. They got a post game, and that kind of always can concern you. So we really got to watch the number 11 and number 5 inside. They're the two key players. And the other thing that's going to they're going to come out and they're going to do a diamond press, and that's we got to be able to handle a press and make adjustments and not rush our things. But if we can play defense and rebound, I think we'll be all right.
Well, we can help you with that Al McGuire diamond in one press. We've seen it a time or two, but taking care of the basketball is the other thing. Break that press. If you've got that odd man rush, take advantage, and hopefully you get some easy baskets.
Oh, exactly, because then if that happens, of course, then it helps you on the defensive end. You get confidence, you gain confidence, and the other team gets a little frustrated. And that can go the other way. If we turn the ball over, we get frustrated. There's 2 points we don't get a chance to get a look at. So we got to take care of the basketball and make smart decisions.
Well, one of the things that we saw with the boys' game last week, Coach, was they made their free throws down the stretch, and you and I and Jeff have said it for many, many years, man. You get to that free throw line, you got to shoot 70%, and those free throws are big down the stretch.
But every game, there's 3 things I write on the board, and it starts with layups, and then free throws, and then it's defense and turnovers. Those are the 3 key areas. If we can win those every night, I think you'll be very successful.
We are extremely excited to watch this matchup tonight. The fans are rolling in. They know it's a big night. You're coaching. BCTV is here. What more could you ask for in a great Friday night?
I don't know. It's exciting. We got the music going. We're having a good time, and it should be a fun night. So we're looking forward to the big challenge tonight we have.
We'll be back in just a minute with the big matchup tonight. It's Peck and All Saints right here on BCTV.
When you want to show someone you care, you go above and beyond. It's the little things that make someone feel extra special. The extra time, the extra effort, the extra attention to detail. It can have an extraordinary effect on people.
I'll never let you down. I need you now.
So when you care this much about your family, from the youngest to the oldest, you send them to the place that specializes in extraordinary care. Covenant Health Care. We make families feel extra safe with a leading team of experts in the Great Lakes Bay region. We take the extra steps to deliver the most advanced technologies and training. We go the extra mile as you journey from diagnosis to recovery. We give families extra hope. Why do more people trust their families to Covenant Health Care? Because we've proven ourselves over time. across generations and treat your family like you do, with extraordinary care, so you can continue to do so for generations to come.
For the Lady Pirates, number 5, a sophomore, Samantha Bissett. Number 11, the senior, Katie Uriel. Number 14, the junior, Abby Bolus. Number 15, a sophomore, Emma Engler. Number 30, junior, Morgan Winarski. The Pirates are coached by Jamie Abrico. And now, basketball fans from all over Bay City, it is time to get on your feet. Come on, everybody, get on your feet. Put your hands together and greet your Lady Cougars of All Saints Central. Wearing the number 4, the junior, Emily Number 11, a senior, Ellie Debo. Number 14, the junior, Emily Husker. Number 22, the junior, Caitlin McDonald. And number 44, your senior, Sydney Stevens. The Lady Cougars are coached by Michael Debo, assistant coach by Ralph Guzman. Tonight's contest is being officiated by Brendan Harrison and Denny Wiltsey.
Good evening and welcome back. It's just moments away from tip-off. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala along with Jared and Natalie Doan on the camera and Nick Page producing and directing. Mike, this should be fun.
This is going to be a great basketball game tonight, Jeff. Conference implications here early in the season for both squads, coming in at 2-0, and Coach Mike Debo is actually liking the way his girls are playing. Had that tough early schedule. I think it's going to pay off tonight for the Cougars.
That is going to be great. Denny Wiltsey set to toss that ball up. Brendan Harrison, a couple of great Bay Metro officials. It's the teacher and the student, as Denny got Brendan into officiating some 6 years ago, and now they're back together on the floor. Should be a lot of fun. Debo sends that thing back to Stevens. She gets the first shot off. Can't get it to drop the ball, knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to the Peck Pirates.
Sydney Stevens, Jeff, the senior for the Cougars. That's the one to watch. She had 25 against the Caseville Eagles earlier this week. Watch out for Sydney. She can fill it up.
Cougars playing a little man defense, as you'll see a little mix from Coach Debo. I'm interested to see his offensive set, see some of that flex offense. It's a nice job by the defense into the passing lane, taking the ball away. Emily Huskins down the floor, sends it into the corner to Stevens. Underneath, they look for Debo, and that ball tipped away as, again, they tried a backdoor cut, and the Pirates were there defensively. Nice run to the hole, and the shot is up and missed as the rebound comes down to the Peck Pirates, number 15, Engler. Shot is up, beautiful one and done as McDonald gets the glass. Stevens says, no numbers here, let's slow the offense down and reset the show.
There's some senior leadership right there by Sydney, Jeff. Yeah. Nice job by that young lady.
As they cruise into the offensive set, the Cougars will show patience. They'll get a cut to the hole, and you know, it's nothing for them to take 30, 40 seconds off of the clock. There's that look inside, and it's a beauty to Emily Judd from about 7-8 in the lane. Just makes it look easy, all nylon.
Nice job by getting it into the middle of the floor, Jeff, getting into the gap, get to the open spot on the floor. Good look. Cougars take the early 2-0 lead.
High percentage shot. That's what you're looking for out of your offense. Ball tipped away and is down on the baseline. Very nice job being saved by the Peck Pirates. We've got a shot that goes up. It's errant, but there is a foul on the wrist. And 2 free throws will be going for the Peck Pirates, number 11, Kaylee Uriel.
That's Kaylee's first personal, Jeff. Team foul number 1 for the Peck Pirates. First one up, a little bit off. Peck came a long ways. We talked about that earlier before we came on. That trip to Peck is a long way. So
it's probably an hour and 20, hour and 25 from here, and that's a long bus ride. Look at Uriel, knows where her missed shot is going to go and goes all the way into the corner for it. Second chance opportunity for the offense. Uriel puts up a 3-ball. That is off the mark. Fight for the loose change. It comes into Debo. Controlled fast break for Stevens. 2-on-3 down the floor. Doesn't like the numbers. Senior leadership again pulls it out. They'll reset up the offense.
Yeah, nice job by Sydney, Jeff. Didn't have the numbers, did a nice job. And doing that, the Cougars come away with a big basket.
McDonald does a nice job of tiptoeing down the baseline and finding just enough space to kiss it off the glass for a deuce. 4-0 at 5:45 and counting left in our first quarter. There's Judd again with another 3-ball. Another nice secondary shot, and it's missed. Debo gets the Windex out and cleans the glass.
Yeah, she's had a lot of experience at the varsity level, has Ellie Debo, Jeff, so this is nothing new to her playing on the varsity, I think, for at least 3 years.
As they move that ball around, Debo free throw extension, a little bit off the mark. Fight for the loose change. Look at the Cougars on the offensive glass with second and third shot opportunities.
Nice job by the Cougars setting it back up, Jeff. Hitting those offensive boards early here in the first quarter.
Boy, they're just moving around. Debo almost had that ball taken away, but she's able to regroup. And they go back to Sydney Stevens up top. Deep into the left-hand corner. Judd sends that ball in. As they move the ball around the horn. Very nicely done. Stevens up top, has a great look, tickles the twine on the trifecta. Beautifully done. She got the mark from the first miss that she's got. She kind of squared up to that 3-ball, set her feet and let it fly.
Well, she can take it to the rack too, Jeff, and then, you got to respect that. Then she can shoot the 3-pointer. So she had a nice little shot fake before she shot that. Back the defense off, hit the 3. Big shot by Sydney. We're up 7-0. Are the Cougars just underway here in the first quarter.
4:48 left in the first. She's a rhythm shooter, boy. She hits one. She could hit 4 or 5 in a row. And the Peck Pirates have got to be careful down 7-0. They got to stay in this ball game because All Saints might take them right out of the gym here. Underneath, good verticality defensively by the All Saints Lady Cougars. Stevens with a near steal. And the All Saints Cougars, really aggressive defense. Nice job to the hole, though, by the Peck Pirates. And earning a spot at the line will be Samantha Bissett.
That foul is on number 4, Emily Judd. Her first personal, Jeff.
Her second.
Second personal. Team foul number 2 for the Cougars. At the line for the Pirates, number 15, Emma Engler, the 10th grader. She's going to shoot 2. Nice.
Boy, the first one was a nice stroke. Nothing but the bottom of the hole. Second free throw attempt forthcoming with 4:29 left in our first quarter of play here from the All Saints Cougar gym. As that second shot rattles around and comes out, the rebound comes down to McDonald. Emily Stevens into the front court. Or Sydney Stevens, excuse me. Who's Emily? As they go down on the baseline, trying to work that ball around again. As the ball is taken away, as Huskins tried that entry-level pass. Nice verticality defensively, just playing on with the ball. It's loose on the floor. And quickly down the floor, they get that lead pass to Stevens. She's going to kiss it off the glass for the deuce. Nice lead pass, put it in a perfect spot.
I'll tell you what, Emily Huskins led Stevens perfectly, Jeff. What a great pass. Easy deuce for Stevens. Cougars up 9-1, 3:45 to go in the first quarter.
Cougars off to the fast start that Coach Debo had hoped for his girls, and they just have to continue playing defense. Peck has had some high-quality shots, though, that just have not been able to fall early on.
And it's the defense that's got them going, as Coach said in the pregame, Jeff. Defense is going to set their offense, and I think that defense right now is really doing a nice job.
No second chance shots offensively for Peck as Debo comes down with a big defensive rebound. Back into the front court. Sydney Stevens wide open for a 3-ball just off the mark. She did have a great look, and she was squared up as that ball is loose, and it will go back over to the All Saints Cougars. It's nice to see young Brendan Harrison. He's running around like a young guy. And, you know, whenever as an official you see somebody that's got those young legs, you envy him.
We had them at one time,
yes,
but a while ago.
I vaguely remember. As into the ball game also right now is Nicole Wolf for the Cougars, and Schwedler also into the ball game. And she's got her hands on the ball right now. Sydney Stevens from 17 puts the shot down. Peck needs a timeout with 2:56 left in the first. 11-1, All Saints on top over Peck. Back in a moment here on BCTV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. Oh my, back here on Bay County TV, filling up the screen with that great-looking sweatshirt, Jeff Beisel and his lovely bride.
Yeah, Jeff and Kay Beisel, always at anything All Saints are always here. Had another great conversation with Coach Beisel.
They're all good when he's around.
That man has got some stories that you just got to sit back and just listen.
There just aren't enough hours in the day.
You're not going to get a word in anyway, so you got to listen.
Well, we turn like into bobbleheads, so yeah, it's all good, yes. Quality individual. He loves his All Saints Cougars.
Yes, he does.
Peck right now, see what they run out of the timeout. Coach, you taught me that a long time ago. That first play out of the timeout, always good to see. Plus, it's good to see what Coach Debo will try and do to counteract that. Ellie Debo doing a nice job defensively to try and keep her feet moving, to keep that offense from rolling. There's a little set shot, 4 pieces of iron and nothing there. Look at Sydney Stevens getting that ball off of the court. And she runs down on the controlled break, a little behind the back activity, and she sends it to Schwedler in the corner.
I tell you what, us little point guards like it when the big girls put it down on the floor, Jeff. We're going after it, and that's what happened, and that's why Sydney got the ball.
McDonald in the corner. She burps it up from 20, just a little bit long. Uriel with that rebound on the controlled break down the floor. Look at Schwedler picking her up 22 feet from the basket, making sure she doesn't get any clean looks to the hole. As the All Saints Cougar defense has been very, very good early on. Very
active, Jeff. Good communication, good hands, and really nice matching up in that matchup zone.
Well, and that's nice that Debo uses that out of the timeout just to kind of confuse the offense. Nice job by Debo. Had that verticality, got her hands on the ball. The jump ball off the alternate possession goes back over to Peck.
Yeah, I thought that was a good no call, Jeff, on the jump ball. Kids are playing hard, and I like the referees. They're letting them play down low. I like that.
That's exactly what you need. There's a foul as Stevens did not get verticality. When you bend those arms forward, you lose verticality, and that's an easy call for the official.
Fouls on number 22, Caitlin McDonald. That is her first personal, team foul number 3. Emma Engler will shoot 2 for the Peck Pirates. First one's good. That's point number 2, Jeff. High score so far for the Cougars. You got Sydney Stevens. She had 7 for the base of the All Saints Cougars.
As that second shot is up, it's a little bit strong. Long rebound comes down. Last touched by the All Saints Cougars, Ellie Debo. That is right in front of us, one of my favorites, Denny Wiltsey.
133, Jeff, to go in the first quarter. 11-2, base of the All Saints up over the Peck Lady Pirates.
There's a little 18-footer, and it was just a little bit short. McDonald with a big-time rebound, making sure, again, the Cougars are not giving up second-chance opportunities. They're sweeping the defensive glass.
Well, doing a nice job, Jeff. It looks like the Pirates want to get up and down the floor, shoot the 3. Remember, you got to box out 30 feet away when you're playing the Peck Pirates on those long shots.
Stevens' pump fake really didn't have the great rhythm there. Put her shot up a little bit too strong. And we are going to have a traveling call by the Peck Pirates. Boy, it's tough to have those unforced turnovers as you're bringing the ball down the floor.
Yep, that's a buck 5 to go in the first quarter, Jeff. Still 11-2, the Cougars with the lead.
Look at Stevens now. They're going to probably work a little clock here in the last minute. I don't know that they'll go for the last shot, but they're certainly going to look for a quality shot. Stevens has that ball stripped down on the floor. Fight for the loose change. And off the alternate possession, it's going to go right back over to the All Saints Cougars.
Got good, smart play right there, getting on the ball, Jeff. You know, with this alternate possession, it's really important that the staff and the players know you get on the floor, you get the jump ball, it's going to be your ball. So you always got to know where the arrow is.
McDonald tried to go to the hole and a grab from the Pirates. And it's on the floor before the shot. 11-2 our score right now with 47.5 ticks left in our first quarter of play. All Saints Cougars. Wolf inbounds the ball. As they get ball on the backside, it goes just under the hand. Schwedler tried to pick that up, and it skipped away from her. And the turnover gives the ball back to the Peck Pirates.
45.2, Jeff, 11-2. Cougars with a really nice first quarter, just what Coach Debo wanted. Get that jump on them early. Good defense.
McDonough with a nice job, and boy, she goes after that loose ball. She's sitting right here in our lap, Coach.
I'm glad you decided to stop.
Yes, indeed.
That was great post defense right there, Jeff.
Yep, used her offhand to knock that ball away just like she was taught.
Yep. Nice post defense. Girls are looking very well right now, are the Lady Cougars.
Well, and they've done a nice job of keeping you real at bay as a two-pointer goes up from number 14, Aubrey Bulls. As Bullis gets the deuce.
Was that a 2 or a 3?
It's a 2.
Okay.
Yep, her toe was on the line. Brendan Harrison was quick to signal that it was a deuce. Now with 7 seconds left, Cougars are going to go for the last shot, obviously. Stevenson trying to get down on the baseline. She carves out just a little bit of space. And at the end of the first quarter, it's All Saints 11, Peck 4. Back in a moment right here on Bay County TV.
Oh, hey, you got one of those insurance apps too? You know how this thing works?
No, sorry. Yeah. Ben, please.
Wow, you can talk to your app? That's pretty cool.
Not an app, it's my agent.
In this moment,
no, I'm fine, thanks.
It's good to know you have a trusted, independent auto owner's insurance agent who's there when you need them.
Great. Man, I gotta get one of those.
Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Back here ready to rock with the second quarter. Coach Debo and his assistant, Ralph Guzman, got to be really pleased with the effort from his girls in the first quarter.
Yeah, I think he has got to be ecstatic, Jeff, about the way they played that first quarter. Defensively, they were very sound, only giving up 4 points. And offensively, I think they ran when they could. They were patient when they had to be, and they made some really good decisions on offense. When they didn't see it, they pulled it back out and ran their offense.
Plus, I'm really pleased with the fact they're not giving up second chance points off the boards. There was a nice little dunk to the hole, though, by the Pirates, and they end up with the first deuce of the second quarter. It's 11-6 as Stevens just kind of walks that ball up over the timeline, gets the ball to Wolf.
Well, Pirates in a 2-3 matchup, 2 zone, Jeff. And, you try to get it in the middle and go high-low. But, again, active hands by the Peck Pirates.
Real dribble penetrates and gets the shot up. Had a nice-looking shot. Couldn't get it to drop. As the Cougar defense recovers again and forces the Peck Pirates to reset the offense. Long 3 ball, and that one misses the mark, and that one came off so strong. I think the Cougars were all set to make a call or make the rebound, and it just shot right by them all. Another deuce for the Peck Pirates. They're on a little 4-0 run to start the second.
I didn't see who made that for the Peck Pirates, Jeff, but that was a tough shot. I think that was Uriel that made that shot.
There were too many bodies underneath there to see exactly who that was.
I'm going to give it to you real, but that was a tough those are tough rebounds. When rebounds don't hit the rim, those are always tough. Lefty always said, I don't care if you miss it. Just give me a good reboundable shot.
Yep, got to have something with some rim on it.
Yep.
Trying to move the ball around right now. Stevens up top. They do go to the post. Skip to Wolf. She thought about burping it up from 19.5. Decided against it. Nice entry-level pass to Debo. Backside pass to Stevens. That was perfectly done offensively. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but nice out of the offense.
Well, nice job by the Cougars right there. Sydney Stevens moving on the zone to get away from the defense, Jeff. Good-looking shot. Just didn't go down for Sydney.
First 2 minutes of our second quarter. are done 4-0. The Pirates in the second quarter. As look at the defense by Debo and moving her feet. And the ball was last touched by the All Saints Cougars. And that's Emily Huskins. Back over to the Peck Pirates, and bounding the ball is Winarski for Peck.
Debo with the proper hand. I don't want to say the right hand. I want to say the
Correct.
proper hand,
Yes.
Jeff, on that post defense.
Yep, got a little push.
Yep.
She went vertical with the left. With the right hand, just gets a little bit of push on that hip. And it's enough to, as soon as that player offensively gets displaced a little bit and you see that body language, that's an easy call.
Yeah, it's not the NBA in this league, Jeff. No hand checking allowed.
Nice job as Debo cut off the baseline there, forcing Real, who's been a little bit frustrated early on, not been able to find any zone. They're going to bring her to the corner, and Ellie Debo is exactly aware of where she is on the floor. They do a nice job out of the offense, but look at Sydney Stevens, knew that passing lane.
Well, when you're on the backside on defense, Jeff, ball's in the low corner, you got to get lower than the ball so you can see it head on the pivot. Great job by Sydney Stevens.
Coach, you make the hair on my arms stand up. I wish you had the three-dimensional blackboard out for that one, Mr. Whoopi. As Wolf is up top right now, looking to move that ball. Sydney Stevens is going to reset the offense right now as the Cougars get back into their offensive set. Wolf trying to dribble penetrate, ball nearly stolen as McDonald going down the baseline with a nice little reverse. Very well played defensively by Bissett. And then at the other end of the floor, nice lefty. As Stevens just at the last second got out of the way. Don't look now, Coach. It's 11-10, a little 6-0 run from Peck in the first 4 minutes and change here in the second quarter.
Well, know what Jamie Abrego said to his team at the end of the first quarter, Jeff, but it's working. And they're on that 6-0 run, like you said, 11-10, 4:30 to go here in the first half.
It's the problems that the Cougars have had with that 2-3 matchup since he switched to it.
Yep. They're very active. They're talking very active. Looking good.
As they get that ball to Wolf right now, a nice little bounce pass in. Debo with a nice drop step to the hole. That's exactly the move you want because you know you're going to get a good look at the hole or you're going to get 2 15-foot shots with nobody in your face.
Samantha Bissett, her first personal, team foul number 3. We talked about it, Jeff, before we came on the air. The Peck Pirates, they got a young squad, so they're going to be something to deal with here in the future.
Well, that first shot just a little off the mark from Ellie Debo, and look at the wholesale substitutions coming in for Peck. I mean, they just push a button and they bring in 3 fresh ones off the bench.
Well, they had about 10, 11 girls on the JV squad, Jeff. They've got 8 on the varsity, so good rotation by coach from the Peck Pirates. Ellie made the second one. Nice job.
Nice split at the line. First point of this second quarter, nearly 4 minutes into the second quarter before the Cougars could change that score. 12-10 our score. We're at the halfway point now of our second quarter of play. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala, glad to have you along here on Bay County TV. As just into the game also is Jordan Lodge, number 50. Another post player for Peck, another 10th grader making it happen.
Well, you notice who didn't leave the floor, Jeff, is the senior Uriel for the Peck Pirates. She's still out there. I don't know if they can afford her to be off the floor at any time during tonight's game.
I don't know if they can or not. Look at the extra pass. Look at Ellie Debo come back, though. Again, great verticality defense. Knocked that ball away without creating a foul.
Well, and did a nice job coming over there, Jeff, and very quick to get across the lane. Verticality, which is what you absolutely love as a referee, and she did a nice job.
As they get that ball in. Again, Uriel is one of the frustrated players on the floor for Peck because All Saints very aware of what she's capable of doing offensively.
The scouting report on the Peck Pirate is know where number 11 is for Peck everywhere she goes. If she goes to the bench, follow her there if you have to.
Look at Debo going up strong for that rebound as she gives the ball to the senior floor general, Sydney Stevens, walking up over the timeline. Into the left hand wing, they now slide it around. Stevens wide open for a 3 ball, puts it up a little bit strong as that ball was tipped away, last touched by Emily Judd, and we'll go back over to Peck.
Set play by the Cougars. You throw it to the wing. Sydney cuts to either corner, and then they try to find her in the corner, Jeff. So that's a set play especially made for Sydney because she likes that corner jump shot.
as the shot goes up, and that was not you reel again. That was number 14, Bullis, with her second trifecta of the ball game.
Don't look now, Jeff. 13-12. Peck Pirates up with 2.5 to go here in the first half.
It's
nice
been a tale of two quarters, but Stevens with a nice look, a little bit strong. Can't get it to drop. Nice backside rebound by the Peck Pirates. Simp. And we're going to have a travel. As the transition defense was all great for the Cougars.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Don't tell me I'm starting to think like you now, Coach. There's hope for me yet.
You get the transition defense, they're back and they're covering they're covering the basket, and they were talking, they covered the ball, Jeff. Great job by the Cougars.
2:22 and counting left in our first half of play. Cougars down 1 with possession. They have only got 1 point out of the first almost 6 minutes of this second quarter. Dribble penetration, another ball tipped away. Good defensive hands by the Peck Pirates. Into the offensive set. I think that they're going to look to get the hot hand, and that's the third triple of the game by Bullis. As the All Saints Cougars are going to take a timeout with $1:56 left in our first half. We'll take a break and be back right after this on Bay County TV.
How's married life? Are you ready to have a baby? Baby, baby. How about that baby? Ooh. I'm not getting any younger.
When you are ready. With the only neonatal intensive care unit in the Great Lakes Bay region, Covenant is the safest place for your delivery. Go to mycovenantbaby.com.
Welcome back, Bay County TV. Look at the man in the middle there, 1978 graduate of Thomas Lincoln Handy High School, Paul Guizdala.
Well, he's got a great last name.
Well, yes, indeed. At some point you were all kinfolk. That Guizdala last name is a thing of beauty.
You know what Guizdala means in Polish?
Yes.
What is it?
Yes. It's a yes name.
I can't even remember now. You got me so confused. I'll let you know later.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing. Great look for the Cougars. There's the one they needed. Number 14, Emily Huskins with a deuce to bring them back within a pair.
You know what you can do against that zone right there? What he did, he ran the flex against the zone. Come out of the timeout, ran something different, got that good basket. Great coaching job by Coach Debo.
Well, and it's exactly right. When you get a basket out of the timeout, you know they've executed what Coach drew up.
Absolutely.
As Peck is moving it around right now, the All Saints Cougars defensively are expending some energy. Here goes Stevens. Look at the way she used her body to shield the defender. Put it up too strong off the glass, and that deuce would have tied the game. The Pirates back offensively, and there's the hot hand going to the hole. A little bit too short. Debo had the rebound, but had it knocked away. And back into their defensive set go the Cougars. 48 ticks and counting left in our first half. 16-14, Peck on top by a deuce. As the Cougar defense very, very active, but boy, Mike, they're expending some energy.
Peck is being very patient on the offensive end, Jeff. You're going to go for that last shot, it looks like. You got 32.7 ticks to go. You got substitution for All Saints. Number 1, Anna Schwedler, in for number 4, Emily Judd. 16-14, Peck up, 32.7 to go.
Boy, Abrego, the coach for Peck, does a nice job. He'll substitute 3 at a time as he keeps his girls fresh, rolling them in and off the floor. Peck looks like they're going to be content right now to look, unless they get a layup for that last shot. Uriel just got double teamed as she went down the paint. They are not going to give her an easy look. Look at Ellie Debo coming right out and making certain that she's squared up and ready to play good D. There's the hot hand, and the shot is missed. Fight for the rebound. And the Cougars, with 10 seconds left, have a chance for the last shot. Stevens thought about the shot. They move it back around. They got to let it fly. Emily Stevens from 24 off the mark at the end of our first half of play. Our score, the Peck Pirates 16 and the All Saints Cougars 14. We're going to be back in just a minute with the Plum Harris sponsored halftime show right here on BCTV.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance for his new car. In 1947, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson in 1979. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been We're grateful to our independent agents and to those who put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Welcome back to our Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you. A tale of two quarters.
It was a tale of two quarters, Jeff. All Saints came out and did a great job in the first quarter, 11-2 if I wasn't mistaken. And then the second quarter all went to the Peck Pirates. They're up 16-14. You know, they did some nice things in that first quarter, but kind of got away from some things and weren't making those jump shots against that tough 2-3 matchup zone.
It looked like it took the Cougars a while in the second quarter to adjust to that 2-3 matchup, but after they did, they were starting to at least get some good shots.
Well, they got that easy basket out of that timeout, Jeff, that Coach Debo said, let's run the flex. You can run the flex against a 2-3 zone. They got that easy basket on the flex cut, so they were happy. That kind of put a little pep in their step, got some good shots, but again, the Peck Pirates did some nice things, and Bolus really played well there in the second quarter for the Peck Pirates.
When you look at a couple of the things that All Saints try to accomplish in this game, great on the defensive glass. They limited the second shot opportunities, and they took pretty good care of the basketball.
They really did. They didn't really play that bad in the first half. That second quarter was, you know, they just was a little bit of stretch right there. But overall, both teams played very well. They just got to try to figure out that 2-3 zone matchup, get the ball in the middle of the floor, look opposite or look low against that matchup zone.
Love to see the chess match between the two head coaches during this game. There's a lot of point-counterpoint going on right now in the first half.
Well, Peck wants to get up and down the floor, it looks like, Jeff, and they're going to substitute freely. Coach Debo's got a team that I think can get up and down the floor, but they're not afraid to run the half-court offense. So, you know, they'll make a few adjustments, but I don't see a lot of adjustments being made by either coach.
I think you know pretty much what got you there, and that's what you're going to make happen. Both teams had good shot selection in the first half, just didn't shoot great percentage.
Yeah, excellent shot selection, good-looking shots. Both teams were doing a nice job. I think Bolus coming off the bench for the Peck Pirates really gave them a little bit of fire. But Coach Debo, he'll make his adjustments, you know. And I think when he called that timeout, he got his dander up a little bit and got his girls' attention. So I think they understand what they have to do. He'll make the adjustments. They'll have a lot better second half.
They had a little different spring in their step after that timeout, indeed.
Sometimes you got to do that.
That concludes our Plum Harris Insurance sponsored halftime show. Back for the second half in just a moment here on Bay County TV.
I thought I'd lost my business in that fire, but my agent was there before the flames were out. He said, together, we're going to rebuild. We've got 25 employees who depended on it, and that's all that mattered to me. My independent agent and auto owners made sure we didn't skip a beat. I mean, we didn't miss a single payroll. Incredible.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, and it's going to be very interesting to watch the first 3-4 minutes of this third quarter. It's going to tell us a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, Jeff. The Cougars didn't play exactly the way Coach Debo wanted the squad to play. They're down 16-14. Let's see what adjustments he made. He had a great first quarter, got some good looks in the second quarter. Ball was not dropping, but the Peck Pirates really heated up in the second quarter to take that 2-point lead.
Well, just like showing off the pipes, I think you're going to see a little bit more of the flex by the Cougars here in the second half.
You might see it.
You're going to have to clue me in when it is there, Coach. I'll be watching a bunch of things as the ball nearly taken away. The All Saints Cougars trying to get on the offensive set. Ball tipped away twice, but the friendly roll comes back. They get a good shot. One and done, though, as the Pirates' number 15, Engler, with that rebound. And the Peck Pirates come down right now in a controlled set on the offense. They're going to pull things back out, directing traffic right now. They want to get people there. They're trying to flash in the post, but the Cougar defense is settling in right now and back with a little bit of a man look. That ball goes out of bounds. I think it was last touched by the Peck Pirates. Will come back over to the Cougars.
Yeah, Jeff, before I forget, I want to say thank you to the Bay City All Saints Booster Club for their support tonight. We always enjoy going over and meeting all the booster clubs. And can't say it enough, and I know we say it a lot, but we cannot thank the booster clubs enough for their support.
It was a great pass underneath the McDonald's.
Yes, it was.
And that one was tipped out of bounds. It'll come back over to the All Saints Cougars. There was no shot there.
No, that was a pass. He was going for the assist.
Pass.
Yep.
Hit McDonald in stride as they're tucked into the corner right now. Donald again has that baseline taken away by Uriel and just getting rid of it. Look at the nice run under the hole. And defensively, number 14, Abby Bullis. She's the scorer from the first half. Again, you teach your girls, Mike, when they're there, get your hands straight up in the air. When you curl those things forward, it's an easy call for the official.
It really is, Jeff. And a nice job by the Cougars on that out-of-bounds play. Sydney Stevens took it to the rack really strong and never took her eyes off the rims when she was coming right down the baseline at us. And you saw she never took her eyes off that rim. She gets rewarded with 2 free throws. Missed the first one. Second up is a little bit strong also.
Both of them pretty much hit the same spot as they were long. And Uriel coming down the floor. She comes to a jump step. And again, the Cougars were all over her defensively, not allowing her to get a clean look at the basket. Fight for the loose ball on the ground. The alternate possession goes back to Peck here. 6:42 left in the third, Mike. Neither team denting the scoreboard yet to start the third quarter.
Both teams a little bit nervous coming out here in the second half, Jeff, but I think the one thing on offense, both teams are playing really good matchup zone defense, so that's got a lot to do with it.
Indeed, this is not going to be a very high-scoring game. Baskets will be at a premium, as Bullis had her path to the hole cut off by Debo once again as they try and come back up top right now to reset the offense. Uriel again can't make it happen, so she has to pass it away. Ball tipped away, last touched by the Cougars. Number 4, Emily Judd, out of bounds, back over to Peck.
I tell you, those defenses, both of them, Jeff, are very, very good. All Saints is very active, got good feet, got good hands. You know, anytime you get a deflection, that means you're playing good defense.
As that ball comes in, and it's into the hands of Bullis. Uriel, again, she has been very frustrated. She has not had a good look. Look at Bullis going to the hole. Great job by All Saints defense again. Another jump ball off the alternate possession. It's going to come back into the hands of the Cougars. I think they're going to get their first basket of the second half on this possession.
Caitlin McDonald with good defense there, Jeff, on the block. And again, both teams playing that great matchup 2-3 zone defense, making it very difficult on each other.
As the high post has been taken away pretty much on the offensive set for both teams, as they try to force it into a triple team, Sydney Stevens turns around, and that ball would have been back over to the Cougars, but the last touched by All Saints, and will go to the Peck Pirates.
Well, Sydney's got a target on her back. They know what she can do, Jeff. So anytime she's going to get the rock, she's going to have 2-3 people on her, and she gets it in the middle of the floor. They're going to converge on her. They're going to try to trap her and let her pass it back out.
Well, the way this 2-3 matchup works for both teams, you're going to get multi-double or triple teamed when you get that thing in the high post. So you're going to almost eliminate that pass and do a skip pass maybe to the backside.
Well, you always look for opposite when you get the pass, Jeff, but anybody like Uriel or Sydney Stevens, when they get the ball, they always are going to draw a lot of attention.
Into the front court come the Cougars. Not much there. They're going to reset the show. Sydney Stevens thought about it up top. They moved the ball down to the baseline. McDowell with a nice look. A little bit off the mark. Fight for the loose change. Look at the offensive rebounding prowess of Emily Judd. Again, another held ball, and the alternate possession goes back to Peck.
Emily came a long ways to get that rebound, Jeff. She was outside just by the three-point line. She came a long ways. Nice job. Still no scoring going on here in the third quarter.
The possession arrow back into the hands of the All Saints Cougars. And again, with the defense with McDowell, and we're going to have a foul as number 5 does a nice job. Bassett of that little drop step to the holes, got spun away from her defender. Backside tried to come, got there a touch too late. It caused the foul.
Foul is on Ellie Debo. Her second personal team foul, number 1 for the Cougars here in the second half. First one up by number 5 for the Pirates, Samantha Bassett. Her first basket of the game.
First point of the second half.
Absolutely. Almost halfway through it, Jeff.
Second free throw. She takes a bunch of dribbles, lets it fly, all cotton on the second. Cougars down by 4 right now as Stevens brings that ball into the front court for the All Saints Cougars.
Here comes the flex. There's the flex cut right there.
Oh my, what a shot. Emily Huskins, look at that chin up right to the hole, kissed it off the glass and got the contact.
Well, again, Coach Debo calls the flex right there, Jeff, and the flex cutter was from the baseline across to the opposite block, and that was number 14 for the Cougars. Emily Huskins did a nice job on that flex cut.
Usually you want to get 5 or 6 passes out of the flex before you make something happen. Dow does a nice job of getting that long rebound. Stevens with a nice shot up top, had a great look, couldn't get it. Look at another rebound by Huskins as the Cougars with their 3rd chance on the offensive set, 3rd time they said, is a charm.
Well, here comes the flex again, Jeff.
They're going to take their time with the flex and they're going to work for the shot that they're looking for. There's the backdoor cut. And down on the floor as we're going to have a foul, and that is going to probably go against the All Saints Cougars number 40, Stevens.
Yep, that'll be against Sydney Stevens, Jeff, the senior number 44. That's going to be her first personal team foul, number 2 for the Cougars. But you can see the flex really has the Peck Pirates a little bit confused right now, Jeff.
Sydney thought she was going to have an easy layup, and she had somebody come. She had to try and get rid of it just a little bit earlier. There's the shooter tonight, Abby Bolus, with another trifecta. 5-point lead for Peck with 3:47 and counting left in the 3rd.
Abby just picked up her 9th point, Jeff. That's her 3rd three-pointer of the game. You can run. This is what they're going. You just got to be a little patient, and they'll find that flex cutter.
Well, and you create a lot of energy having to be expended by the defense when you're defending the flex. Well, Sydney could have had an opportunity if she would have let it fly right away, but by the time she decided to burp it up, defense was right there. McDowell back up top for the All Saints Lady Cougars.
Keep working it.
Huskins will reset that flex again. Does a nice job backing out while they get the offense rolling. As Coach Debo will call a timeout, down 5 with 3:04 left in the 3rd. We'll take a break and be back after this on Bay County TV.
You treat your family with extraordinary care every day, which is why when it comes to their health, more of you choose Covenant Healthcare. We specialize in extraordinary care. From diagnosis to recovery, from babies to grandparents. Learn more about our extraordinary bariatrics program. Sign up for our free seminar.
As we see the Peck Pirates coming out of their huddle, and since the first quarter, the Peck Pirates have owned the scoreboard.
Done a nice job, Jeff. They're up 21-16. 3:04 to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, it's going to be fun to see what Coach Debo drew up here during this stoppage. Ellie Debo back into the game for the All Saints Cougars. Loose change on the floor. Uriel comes up with the loose change. And down the floor, a little bit out of control. Look at the backside. Wasn't even a rebound. Just that loose change fell right into the Pirates' lap, and they get the deuce. I think that was 15 Engler.
Yeah, it was number 15, Emma Engler, picking up her 6th point of the evening for the Peck Pirates.
And this 2-man crew doing an exceptional job again tonight. Again, Brendan Harrison and my old friend Denny Wiltsey. Doing this game 2-man. Not a lot of varsity games done anymore in the 2-man style.
Yep.
So they're doing just a great job covering the floor as another unforced turnover by the All Saints Cougars.
All Saints might have to go a little bit man-to-man here, Jeff. Down 7 with 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. Good hands.
There's Stevens going strong to the hole. Used great body control to shield the defender with a kiss off the left side off the high glass for 2.
That's a big basket for the All Saints Cougars right there, Jeff. Good defense by number 11 for that, Emily Huskins, number
14.
14. Did a nice job. Excuse me, that was number 4, Emily Judd. I'll get it right here.
There's Uriel, and she puts up a shot, kind of never gotten in the rhythm, and we're going to be right here as it looks like McDowell's going to get the foul for the All Saints Lady Cougars. And that's exactly what they get, a hold down there And up 5, the Peck Pirates will hit the offense as Wolf comes into the game, as well as Schwedler for the All Saints Lady Cougars.
Number 22, Caitlin McDonald, that's her 3rd personal foul, Jeff. Team foul number 3 on the Cougars. Out of bounds to the Peck Pirates underneath their own basket.
Nice defense by Debo. Again, got that verticality. There was contact, but no foul, and that's a good no call. As the Cougars right here, down 5, man, they are just got to really have a premium on every one of their offensive possessions. Into the corner goes Judd. Skip pass. There's a wide open look for Stevens. She set the feet. Tickles the twine on the trifecta.
That was a good looking shot right there.
5-0 run for the Cougars, down 2.
That was a big shot for her. Got back in her comfort zone, Jeff. I like what you said. She had great feet right there, and she was ready to shoot that ball before she even caught it.
The skip pass that got to her, though, she was ready for that skip pass and knew exactly what to do with it. And a nice answer at the other end. The big sophomore, Jordan Lodge, with a kiss off the glass for the deuce. She carves out a little real estate on the baseline.
Yeah, she's a big girl, Jeff, and she went up with some authority right there.
As they get that ball down, Schwedler trying to go to the inside. Look at the defense. There's 3 players surrounding Debo. The bigs for All Saints can't afford to put that rock on the floor in the paint. There's a backside skip pass, and good defense by Emily Judd, but again, reaching in and not staying vertical cost her the foul.
Team foul number 4 for the Cougars, Jeff. That's Emily Judd's 3rd personal. So McDonald and Judd have 3 personals with 19-point ticks left to go in the game. Coming in for the Cougars will be Emily Huskins. She will get Judd out of there for the next 19.5 seconds. Good substitution right there by Coach Debo.
What you don't want to see if you're the All Saints Cougars is their best player at the free throw line made that first free throw and hits all cotton on the second free throw. Let's see how that sparks you real now, getting her groove thing back at the free throw line.
She's pretty smart tonight, Jeff. You know that she's got a target on her back, but she's not really overdoing things. She's had a nice game, but she's, even though you haven't scored a lot.
And All Saints taking their time, need to let it fly. Shot is up and missed, and that will be the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With our score, the Peck Pirates 27 and the All Saints Lady Cougars 21. Back for the final 8 in just a moment, right here on BCTV.
You don't think it'll happen to you, and you surely don't think it'll happen twice. I've lost 2 homes in my lifetime. First, it was a fire. My agent was right there and helped me rebuild. Then the tornado hit and destroyed everything again. Both times, my independent agent and auto owners took care of me like someone takes care of family.
For whatever lies ahead, we're always there. Auto Owners Insurance.
Plum Harris Insurance Agency in Bay City is your local independent auto owners insurance agency. Stop by our office at 706 South Euclid or give us a call to see how we can help with your home, life, auto, and business insurance needs. There you see it as we come back, looking at our 2 officials, Denny Wiltsey and Brendan Harrison. The 2 men have done a
nice
great job.
Yep.
And how about the love we're getting from our PA
I'll tell you what, he has announced us 3, 4, 5 times tonight, Jeff, letting the folks know that they can catch us on Charter Channel 190 and also on our YouTube channel, Bay County MI. And again, we appreciate all the kind words and all the support. Want to shout out to our friends at Shirts, Mugs, and More, the official apparel provider for Bay County TV. And we couldn't do it without them. Jeff and the gang out at Shirts, Mugs, and More, and Sharman and Center in beautiful Essexville, Michigan. Again, thank you for all your support also.
Boy, they do a phenomenal job with all of our apparel. It's tough making us look good, and they do a great job of it.
They certainly do.
Here we go to start the 4th quarter. The Cougars with the first possession again. After a little chat from Coach, they were looking for that skip pass to Stevens again, and the defense kind of hedged out on it a little bit so that it couldn't happen. McDowell tries to get that ball around. Stevens here. She is set up for another 3-ball. Triple piece of iron. Look at Judd with a rebound. Stevens thought about another 3-ball, and she had a look.
Emily Judd, that was a huge rebound. That was beautiful. Came a long way again. She had a good game tonight, Jeff.
She has played very well in the blocks. Anything that gets the post double and triple teamed. If you look opposite, though, there should be somebody wide open from that triple team.
Should be.
I learned that from you too, Coach. There's hope for me yet, I think.
Well, you've learned well.
There's the great look free throw extension. Judd had a good look, just put a little too strong. But their patience offensively came up with another quality look at the basket.
Yeah, that was a 15-footer, Jeff, and she had a good look, just a little bit too strong, like you said. But you know what? No time to panic. Don't try to get it all back in the first couple minutes. Timeout, Peck.
With 6:51 left in the game, we'll take a break as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Back here on Bay County TV, Jeff Doan and Mike Wisdala along with you, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras, and Nick Page producing and directing the show. We're looking at Peck coming out of that timeout again, and I'll tell you what, since the first quarter, Peck has been the more dominant team on the offensive end through the next 2.5 quarters.
Yeah, Jeff, they outscored them 12-3 in the second quarter and 11-7 in the third quarter. So, again, tighten it up a little bit there in the third quarter. All Saints got themselves right back in this game.
Just down 6 with an eternity left in the game, 6.5 minutes. Peck looks like they're going to take a little bit of air out of the ball now as Uriel has that ball tipped away. And she says, I hit that ball back off of Huskin's leg. Yes, but your foot was on the sideline before you tipped it back in.
That's why those officials get the big money, Jeff.
Oh, yes. And it's tough, you know, when you're doing varsity and you're only with 2 guys, it's a whole different game, especially when you're used to the 3-man system.
Yeah.
You got to change your mindset.
You don't see it very often anymore, like you said.
Not a whole lot. McDowell with a 3-ball, tickle in the twine. That's a big shot in the ball game. Brings the Cougars back within 3.
Ooh, Caitlin McDonald outside shooting a rock. Nice shot.
Boy, extra pass underneath for the easy basket. As Peck with the transition fast break, under the controlled fast break, gets an easy deuce with an answer, going back up by 5. Cougars with another nice shot, can't get it to drop. Uriel playing with the loose change. The ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by the All Saints Cougars. Back over to Peck, up 5 with 5:44 left in the game.
Right, great hustle by both squads. Jeff going after that loose basketball. 29-24. Peck up 5. 5:39 to go in the basketball game.
Peck's going to look to be patient offensively as they get that ball up to Uriel, and she bounces it off her foot. And the Cougars have done a very nice job of frustrating her tonight.
Yeah, Uriel's, the good player that we heard about her, they frustrated her a little bit, but she knows her role tonight, Jeff. They know they're trying to keep an eye on her, so she's doing a lot of other little things for the team.
Again, they're packing it in that 2-3. They're not going to allow much. An errant pass to Stevens. Coach Debo says, ladies, calm down. We got a lot of time left. Be patient. No unforced turnovers. Now they're coming with a little full court.
Yeah, Coach Debo says we're going to have to pick them up full court, Jeff. Little zone trap right now.
Kind of a token pressure.
A little pressure.
So
they might have to start going man-to-man here pretty quick.
5 minutes right now exactly and counting in this ball game. As the Peck Pirates, number 14 is their player tonight. As you got to keep an eye on Bolas. Trying to drive to the hole. And after the backside loose change comes down to Huskins. Into the front court. Judd down on the baseline. Skip pass up top to McDowell. She can't get her legs underneath that shot, and it comes up short.
Well, yeah, McDonald had a good look at it, Jeff. That top shot right there from the top of the key, McDonald, she's made one earlier, so we know she can make them. So here comes the Cougars with a little 2-2-1, 1-2-2 full court press. Excuse me.
At the other end, moving it around. Real thought about the shot, and she's really not looking for a shot.
No.
Realizes it's not there right now. Coming back up top. They'll move the ball deep on the left-hand wing as the Pirates are taking a little air out of the basketball right now, Coach, as they're going to make the Cougars expend some energy defensively. And I believe, too, in about the next 60 seconds, the Cougars might be forced to go man.
They're going to have to go pretty quick, Jeff. They're going to call. I can see Coach Debo. He's going to call here pretty quick. Pick your man up. Let's start going man-to-man. Put some pressure on him. See what the Peck Pirates can do. They haven't seen their man offense all night. This could frustrate them a little bit.
As at least they're extending that Z-fence. And Baselka comes back up top. They have rattled off 40 seconds off the clock, and Stevens with the foul. And now I think Coach Debo is going to be looking to maybe change things up defensively. Team foul number 5 on the All Saints Cougars.
Here they go, Coach. Going man-to-man.
Yep, well, it's 27 seconds sooner than I thought they might have to do it, but they get the double team, and McDowell had an excellent opportunity to get that, and the ball goes out of bounds. The pressure changed the tempo.
See, sometimes when you play that zone, you get a little lethargic, Jeff. If you play man-to-man, you got to move. It picks up your energy level, and then you start playing a little better on the defensive end of the floor.
You have a whole different mindset defensively when you've just got your man instead of a zone on the floor. And trying to force that ball to the inside, again, a little bit late on the extra pass, and another turnover for the Cougars. They have not taken care of the basketball in the second half like they did in the first half. The set up top. Trying to move around. Great look to the hole. Debo with a nice foul. You don't want to give up an easy deuce at this point in the ball game. Down 5 with 2:50. Make her earn 2 at the free throw line.
Ellie Debo with her third personal foul. Team foul number 6 for the All Saints Cougars. At the line for the Peck Pirates, Abby Bullis, the junior. She's had a nice game tonight, Jeff. She's got 11 points. Make it 12 for the Peck Pirates.
As they're up 6. Second free throw attempt forthcoming. That one's off the mark. Offensive rebound temporarily comes down to the Peck Pirates. As into the front court comes Judd. She gets that ball back to Stevens. They need to move that ball quickly. Judd thought about it. Now they're trying the skip pass. Boy, they go into McDonald again, and she draws a lot of traffic. You got to make sure that doesn't happen. There is Uriel with the turnover, and then the ball comes right back to Huskins. It's a 3-on-3 numbers down the floor, so they're just going to skip past it. Stevens wide open for the 3 ball, just off the front mark. And that loose ball goes out of bounds, and it'll go back over. I'll tell you what, Huskins had a look in her eyes like she was going to come after it. Judd, I'm sorry. And she just pulled up at the last second. She'd have been in your lap there, Gwiz.
That was a nice hustle by number 4, Emily Judd. Good look by Sydney Stevens. Just a little bit short, Jeff. Can't complain about the look on that last shot for the Cougars.
Yep, she squared up, and it was perfectly on line. It just went off the front iron. So into the corner, the Peck Pirates go with number 15, Engler. They move that ball back up top. Number 14, Bullis. And Wolf is on her as tight as she can defensively.
She kicked it out of bounds, didn't she?
Tipped away, as they'll say, last touched by the Cougars. With $1:48 left in the game. Just beating the 5 seconds. Bullets with the shot, can't get it to drop her. Excuse me, that was Uriel And she has just not been able to get in sync offensively.
Cougar score
Sydney
here, you might see a
Stevens.
timeout.
Oh,
Whoa.
just missed getting the and one.
That was huge.
And Sydney will go to the free throw line. Sydney's shot's been off a little bit in the second half. No better place, Mike, than at the free throw line without time coming off the clock to get your stroke back.
Team foul number 3 for the Peck Pirates. That's a number 30, Morgan Wisnarski. Her second personal.
Boy, shooters roll. You love
Take
the
it.
rim in this gym. And that was the third free throw in a row, Mike, that she's put up a little bit long. Let's see if she can make an adjustment on this. She got a good friendly home court roll of the rim on the last one.
Put them down by 4, Jeff, as Sydney makes this next free throw with $1:36 to go.
Nice
that was a lot
adjustment.
better.
That's a
Lot
stroke
better.
that I think will pay benefits on her next shot offensively.
Yep.
As coming into the front court is number 14, again, Bullis. They're fighting for the loose ball, and it will be alternate possession over to Peck. So the Cougars will get the next one with $1:29 left in the ballgame, 30-26. All Saints down 4 to the Peck Pirates. Glad to have you along on our Game of the Week here on Bay County TV.
Nice job by the defense on that trap right there, Jeff. Jump ball back over to the Peck Pirates. Now you got to remember, next jump ball, alternate possession, goes over the Cougars. So they got to go after it.
Got to get some pressure. They're going to just stand out there and dribble away. $1:20 and counting left in the ball game. Bullis has McDonald on her defensively. And you're going to have to pressure defensively. Wolf did a nice job of cruising down. That'll be team foul number 7. Pirates now, every ensuing foul, are going to be shooting free throws, as they'll
Lots
do the
of time.
1-on-1. And that's exactly the position for the next 2 free throws, the next 3 free throws, excuse me, front ends of the 1-on-1. If the Cougars can get a miss off the front end, come down 4, they're going to be
There's a
sitting
lot
in
of
pretty
time,
good shape.
Jeff.
A lot of time.
$1:10 left to go in this ball game. There's a lot of time. Stop the clock with the free throws. 30-26 at the line for the Peck Pirates is number 14.
Yep, Bissell.
Big break right there. Make a basket here, Jeff. Get a quick timeout.
Sydney Stevens is going to go to the hole. And
Unless you get a
it's
foul.
on the floor. It's before the shot. But you know Sydney Stevens wants her hands on the basketball right now. And this will be on the floor. They're going to hit a screen for Sydney Stevens, and she's going to burp up a 3 here.
Good hands. That was a tough pass.
18-footer, just a little bit too strong, man. That thing looked great right up until it got to the horn. As soon as it got to the rim, it just came up a little bit strong. That loose ball was picked up by the Peck Pirates. And back into the front court now with 42 ticks left in the game. Cougars are going to have to play defense for 4 or 5 seconds. They're going to have to send them to the free throw line. They cannot afford the clock to be rolling off. And that's exactly what they do. Before the shot, they get them down on the floor, so it's a 1-on-1. Down 4 with 34.5 ticks left. Coach Debo's got at least 2 timeouts left, so there's still a lot of time left in this game.
Allie Debo with her 4th personal foul, Jeff. No, excuse me, that was McDonald, her 4th personal, team foul number 8. Fouls are paying off. Pirates aren't making their free throws.
Coming down the floor, Sydney Stevens wants to dribble, penetrate, pulls up from 19. Her toe was on the line. Coach Debo wants a timeout. It's a 2-point ball game with 23 ticks left in the game. Back in a moment on Bay County TV.
There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are also likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education.
Oh, looking at the brain trust here from the All Saints Cougars. One of the truly good guys in this business, Greg Wagner.
Greg Wagner, AD here at All Saints. Jeff played a lot of softball with that young man. But we got us another great game here at the Cougar Gym. Last week we went into overtime with the boys, and they won against Carsonville Port Sanilac 50-47. Got a dilly here going on with the girls.
Could we see more of the same?
Well, I'm hoping so.
Nothing better than the potential for an extra 4.
Where else would you rather be doing on a Friday night?
Exactly. Nice job. The Cougars get the trap, and they reverse the ball, but they've got to get that thing across. Nice timeout by the Peck Pirates as they were 1.4 seconds away from that 10-second call. Coach knew exactly what he was doing. He waited until that trap came on the double team, but he knew that valuable seconds were going off the clock. Waited till the last second, got the timeout. They'll get their hands back on the ball. Now he's going to say, they're going to double team you. Whoever gets their hands on the ball in the inbounds has to protect it or get rid of it quick.
Absolutely, Jeff. You got to be tough with the basketball if you're Peck, if you're basically All Saints. Good, solid defense. Don't let them take too much off the clock. You know, they put the Peck Pirates on the line the last couple times, and the Pirates have not made it. So you got to follow them again, but try to get the turnover first, then get the foul. Got to talk on defense.
They're going to not play defense very long before they want a foul. And Stevens there on defense, and she uses the push with 12.9 ticks left. And again, it's the last of the 1-and-1 shots. Team foul number 9. And they are going to send number 14, Abby Bullis, back to the free throw line. She's missed the last 2 front ends of the 1-and-1.
Got to box out now, do the All Saints Cougars. If you misses, Jeff, box out, get a body on somebody, come down, make your basket, call a quick timeout if you have to.
First of 2 is good. That really changes the All Saints Cougars' thought coming down. They're going to need to burp up a 3. Coach Debo's going to take a timeout. And we'll take a break as well and be back in a moment on Bay County TV.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
Back here, the scoreboard says it all, Coach. 12.9 ticks left, 2-point game. Boy, I'll tell you, the wheels are turning on both benches.
Well, tell me what you told me during the break.
Well,
you hit it right out of the ballpark, brother.
Go ahead and tell him, Coach. I don't want to take all the credit because I learned it from you.
You tell him. Icing the free throw and setting the play up when they get the basketball back.
It's a 2-for-1 indeed, man.
Brother.
They want to make it happen. And hanging around with you has paid dividends, Coach. I want to tell you.
You're about the only one that can say that because nobody else does.
Here's the second free throw. Did the ice job work? Bissett gets to the line. She launches it up, and it's off the mark. The All Saints Cougars get the rebound, and with 10 ticks left, they get the ball to the floor. General Sydney Stevens, look at, they're going to try and double her as she comes down the floor. She needs to burp it up, and she's fouled on the play.
Good foul.
And that is only team foul number 5 with 2.3 seconds left. They have got to set up a screen for her to get the ball. The other person you look for is McDowell up top for the 3.
Coach Debo's going to call a timeout, Jeff. Going to set up a play right now.
And that's the last timeout for him, but you might as well not take it into the locker room with you. You want to design a play right now, and you can almost assure, Coach, that they are going to double Sydney Stevens. So it's going to come up to somebody else, and I think McDowell is the next best three-point shooter on the floor.
Well, your number one option is going to be Sydney Stevens, Jeff, and you can't get it to her. Somebody's going to have to flash to the basketball, but it's got to be a three-point shot to tie this ball game because they're down 3. So I would say McDonald would be your second choice, and Emily Judd probably might be your third choice. But they're going to focus so much on Sydney Stevens. The Peck Pirates got to remember that they can't let somebody else catch that ball at the three-point line and burp that up freely.
Now, if I'm the Peck Pirates coach, Jamie Abrego, the one thing I'm telling my kids, do not foul. Do not foul.
Don't foul on anything, especially on the jump shot, and don't foul her on the three-point shot either and give her 3 opportunities. Great call.
Or a chance for the tie and the win.
A chance for the tie or the win.
Here we go with the last few seconds of the ball game. Stevens with the 3 ball goes up, and it's just off the mark, and that's all there is.
There isn't any more.
The final score in our ball game, the Peck Pirates with a 31-28 victory over the All Saints Lady Cougars. This game we knew was going to be a good one, and it did not disappoint. We'll be back to put the wraps on this on the post-game show right after this on Bay County TV. AAA Transport and Limousine is the Great Lakes Bay region's most reliable and requested service. We provide many types of transportation services, from non-emergency medical, wheelchair accessible, school transport services, and shuttle services. Our company strives to provide exceptional service to our customers. Our services are tailored to each person or company's specific needs. For the last 10 years, we have pushed the mark higher and higher to give the best service possible. Rest assured that you are in safe hands when you ride with AAA Transport and Limousine. Back with the post-game wrap here on Bay County TV. Jeff Doan and Mike Wasdala. And boy, after the first quarter, the Peck Pirates made some adjustments, and the Cougars really struggled from the floor the rest of the game.
Yeah, it was all Cougars in the first quarter, Jeff, but after that, the Peck Pirates really played a really good basketball for the last 3 quarters and come away with a very hard-fought 3-point win over the Cougars in the Cougar gym in a very big early conference game for both squads.
When you look at the chess match of this game, offensive possessions were at a premium for both teams.
Yeah, defensively, both teams were outstanding, I thought, Jeff. And you're right, it was a premium. When you had the basketball on offense in this game, you had to take care of the basketball, and you had to score almost every time down. And both teams in that 2-3 matchup zone, extremely tough, extremely active. And that's why you only saw a 31-28 ball game, because the defense was so good.
There was a stretch midway through the second half, though, where the All Saints Cougars had a half a dozen possessions where they really didn't take great care of the basketball.
Well, they turned it over at some inopportune times, and the Peck Pirates took advantage of it. Boas for the Peck Pirates had a big game, Jeff, off the bench, 13 points for that young lady. So she really stepped it up. But I think one of the keys was the real key. She didn't really overdo a lot of things. She just played her game. They knew that she knew that she was going to have a target on her back, so she didn't really get over anxious or do a lot of crazy stuff. She only had 4 points, but she contributed a lot of other ways.
Judd for All Saints made a couple of huge rebounds down the stretch where it seemed like she came from out of nowhere to get to the basketball.
Great hustle by Emily Judd for the Cougars, Jeff. Came, like you said, came out of nowhere. I love the way she played tonight. I think the Cougars played very well. Sydney Stevens, 16 points for the Cougars from that point guard position. But it was just a tough night for the Cougars. When they weren't going in, they weren't getting second and third opportunities on the offensive rebounds. But I like the way they played.
Yep, fun game. Hard fought, well played by both teams. It just came down to a couple possessions, and Peck made a couple of more plays offensively.
Yeah, they made some free throws too, Jeff. Boas down the stretch made some free throws, but they did miss some free throws down the stretch also. So the fouling, the coaching by Coach Debo, I like the way he was doing it. Just a tough loss at home for the Cougars in a big conference game early in the season.
Well, it was a fun game tonight, the game that you watch, Mike, and you really are sad that either team has to lose it.
Yeah, they both played very hard. You could see them. They were getting on the deck tonight, Jeff, going after the basketball. Solid on defense. I thought the offense played good. When Coach Debo ran the flex against the zone, which you can do, not too many people run it against the zone. You can do that. He got some easy basket, and that got him back in the ball game. But down the stretch, they just couldn't make the baskets.
Well, as you listen to the game tonight, you understand that I'm finally, after all these years, learning from the master in some of this basketball tradition, and it's always fun being by your side, Coach.
Well, Jeff, it's always a pleasure to sit next to you, and we got another good one coming up in our next game. We're going to have a double dip. We're going to go over to Bay City Central, one of our favorite gyms. We got the Wolves taking on the John Glenn Bobcats, girls and boys. So that's going to be a lot of fun and renewing a little bit of that rivalry. We saw it in football. Basketball is going to be the same way.
It'll be fun. On behalf of the whole crew, I'm Jeff Doan, along with Mike Wasdala, Jared and Natalie Doan on the cameras tonight, Nick Page producing. Great time tonight. Look forward to seeing you soon.
We'll
Good night,
see you
everyone.
at Central.